Hello, everyone. Ah, okay. So, welcome, everyone. My name is Merlin Ostermann. I am a co-founder of Acri Network. I built the bridge between distributed energy and Web3 with a team of brilliant Asian innovators because the real problem in frontier markets isn't just ideas, it's about execution. And it's very important. So we focus on what actually delivers value on the ground. So the e-candle, this battery over here, turns everyday energy use into measurable income. Web3 gives those earnings instant, verifiable receipts and lets anyone buy into predictable revenue. And a real auditable on-chain stablecoin asset that aligns capital with daily human needs. So, reliable power that creates income. What is the story behind this? The candle sits in shops, in everyday businesses, in homes, and it is there to power phones, lights, and fridges, and turns those tiny transactions into measurable revenue. And that constant demand is the real source of value, and only blockchain can support this economic structure. It's an invitation to pre-financed hardware that already demonstrates real demand and produces revenue the moment it's switched on. So, Africa is a very vast country. And in Africa alone, over 600 million people have limited and unreliable access to electricity. And this erodes income, trust, and economic momentum. The people are really bound to a grid that is unstable in this country. So traditional finance often ignores this layer because it thinks in megawatts and big installations and big projects, not in the thousands of tiny transactions that keep local commerce alive. So our e-candle flips the script completely. It's a completely different model. Instead of waiting for traditional infrastructure to build and reach all these small villages and places, we deploy many small, fractionized, durable units that capture the value already on ground, flowing through these communities. So the why is clear. Small distributed assets match the rhythm of real life and turn Web3 micropayments into verifiable transactions and distributed assets. So everyone that can use a phone can instantly tap into this market on the ground. And markets in general, like this in Africa, are repeatable patterns, not just like tied to one single country. Dense microeconomies, high mobile payments, and fragile grids. In those clusters, every single shop can generate steady micro revenues from charging, lighting, and continuity services. Blockchain unlocks replication effects and aggregation benefits in such a system that institutional investors can underwrite and sign. Demand for electricity, phone-based micropayments, and wide distribution. Kenya is our first proving ground for this solution because it matches these variables perfectly. So, this is the product which you see here on the table, but also on our booth. It's built to survive dust, heat, and constant use because reliability is the foundation of predictable returns. The system is designed so that every payment, every watt, every electron, if you will, and every revenue trail and release of energy is only happening after the payment is done and confirmed on chain. Web3 technology gives us a neutral, tamper-proof ledger that investors and operators can trust equally. So it's a fully decentralized system that can be operated with different structures all around the world. But especially for a country like Africa, it's a big economic factor to be able to deploy such systems on the ground. Payments flow from local mobile rails that people are used to in the region into a backend that converts to stablecoin and issues on-chain receipts. The tech stack of the battery itself is intentionally simple, so field teams can service it quickly and cash flows remain auditable. We designed the economics to be also transparent and repeatable. It's like many in Asia already know a lot about the pay-go model, but for us, especially in other countries and in developing countries like this, clarity creates participation. Each kit is fractionalized into $10 impact shares, so anyone can invest. Daily micropayments feed a shared pool and are distributed transparently on-chain. The point here is not novelty of it being on blockchain. It's actually using that technology for predictable unit economics, so you can audit and scale them. Smart contracts and verifiable micropayment transactions on-chain make complex logics feel very natural. Revenue pooling to smooth out location variance, or a maintenance reserve to protect the asset base. And each impact share has a capped life cycle that ends in community ownership, aligning incentives and hardware life cycles from day one. These rules exist for one reason: to make returns predictable for investors and to ensure assets becomes a long-term community benefit, also for the people in Africa. So here you see like a 2 weeks projection of 50 batteries deployed. What is important to say is credibility requires discipline. Only a pure on-chain system integrated into locally accepted everyday people's phones can produce statistically meaningful yields instead of just anecdotes. So this 2-week simulation overview is only 50 deployed batteries that shows you how such micropayment-based structures is balanced if you apply Web3 logic and stablecoin payments to a true deployable RWA asset. Everything that is necessary for such a complex system is very easy to operate on the front end if it routes over blockchain. And the main part of it is it's transparent for all the involved parties, so it's easy to audit and to monitor. So, where are we today? We're seeking partners, builders, who accelerate the execution of this solution. Yeah, sometimes it's capital to pre-finance kits or payment partners to make the microtransactions more efficient. But especially important for a country like Africa is also the logistics. So we're also looking for contacts to help us scale this and do the last mile. So every contact in Africa or business relationship with Africa is very helpful to us. And we're also looking there for more organizations and hosts to anchor such units in the field. We're open to contribution because this solution is already fully ready and established on the technology side. The core ask is disciplined partners who are there with us to scale this solution and to make it a credible asset class that can introduce Africa into the pay-go model and open up for even more things. We're today starting with the battery, but there are much more options of products you can use in this emerging country. There are solar water pumps, there are many solutions, and Asia usually builds the products which Africa needs. So we are building this ecosystem there to introduce the market to such a solution that truly works on the ground and is helpful for thousands of people, and it can build like thousands of transactions per hour easily once it is deployed. The moment such a battery is switched on, the demand is there for those micropayment-based solutions to give you energy and to be accessible at every time. Solar makes this a very nice green energy opportunity on top of all this. So, I am from ArcGreen Network. And beyond the eCandle, ArcGreen has already built ecosystems that scale from the industrial level down to the individual. We have a huge network, ArcGreen Network, that is for residential solar monitoring. tokenizing green home energy assets. We also have a Power Yield, the capital platform for commercial-grade solar deployments. We are also building EnergyFi, the future of energy assets, and we even manage greenbtc.club. It's an on-chain climate action portal. We have a lot of experience with on-chain solutions that have proven to a global community. And now, with this battery, we are tackling Africa in specific and building a solution that is for the people there and that the people actually want and need and will drive daily transactions to this solution. So, for today, I will leave you with one final thought, which is very important for all of us in Web3 and the blockchain ecosphere. The next decade of infrastructure will be built from thousands of small, resilient units, not a handful of mega projects. eCandle turns everyday transactions into auditable returns and gives community a clear path to ownership. If you want to underwrite predictable cash flows, co-design settlement rails, or join a cohort, come to speak to me directly. I am at the booth, I am running around at the event, I am always open to talk. And I especially love everything that has to do with technology, solar, and Web3 and blockchain solutions. So, and if you want to see the battery live in action, you can basically come to our booth or you can come to our partners Hashkey. They also have a battery there. You can see it, you can touch it, and you can start to feel this technology and imagine how it will be in many different shops in Africa. So I thank you all for your attention and hope you have a nice day here during the festival. It's very amazing and there are many interesting speakers after me on stage. So enjoy this Web3 festival. Thank you for your attention.